How important is it to be likable as a business owner? The short answer is very. I'm about to react to a Dragon's Den episode where the founder was really able to demonstrate her skills and capabilities and got the dragons fighting over their offer. Let's have a look. And by the way, my name is Susie. I'm a finance director, a business owner, and an investor. And on this channel, I talk about all things finance and business through pop culture and storytelling. If this is the sort of stuff that you enjoy, why not hit subscribe?
My name's Hannah Solito, and I'm here today to ask for £60,000 in exchange for 10% of my business.
So that's a valuation of £600,000. A reminder that the valuation is an estimate of the value of a company, and that is used to determine the cost of the shares.
For 20 years, I struggled with severe acne, eczema, and psoriasis. And I couldn't go out to work. I couldn't enjoy a social life. My skin was so painful, I couldn't stand the feeling of clothes against my skin. And I started looking into foods and vitamins and herbs, and I massively and dramatically changed my diet and lifestyle.
If there's a skill that you really need to fine tune when you are talking about your business to other people that you want an interest from, it is storytelling. So this founder started by telling her own story of the problem that she was having with her own skin. She painted a picture of all the things that she was going through with this problem, and then she segued with the solution that she found. So she didn't start by just talking about the product. She didn't start talking about like the mechanics of how it works or which herbs, etc., etc. She started with the problem. What is it that she's resolving? And you can almost feel the discomfort in imagining a skin that is so irritated that it is painful when it rubs against your clothes. Isn't that just awful? And so she does an amazing job in just like painting that picture. And I bet that the dragons can really identify what it feels like to have that problem and how prepared people would be to pay for a solution to it.
I began sharing my story in an online blog, and in January 2017, we published my book, Radiant.
The fact that she started with a blog and then with a book is a really good sign. This means that she potentially already has an audience. It means that she already has, hopefully, a large group of followers and admirers of her work that are ready to buy any new product that she launches.
And so last year, I approached one of the UK's biggest natural skincare manufacturers, and together we have developed this range.
Talk me through the financials.
Over the past year, in terms of the business as a whole, we turned over £94,000, and 72,000 of that came from the skincare range. The balance was from retreats and online coaching.
Income is a good indicator of the growth of a company, especially if you have a year-on-year picture. She only gave the most recent set of figures, but also, and I harp on this point in every single one of my videos, income means nothing if you don't also have a good picture of what the costs are. So you might have a really, really high income, but then if most of that is taken up by how much it costs you to run the business and to make your product, that's not necessarily a good indication of your success. So just having the income, it doesn't give you an idea of how profitable the products are and how profitable the business is as a whole.
You talked about your blog.
Yeah.
So how big is that following?
You see, she did ask about the following. So that's a good indicator of how ready the market is to hop on board with any new offer that this founder might present them with.
And you've chosen to use your name. Has it got anything to do with the fact that there's a bit of ego there?
Interesting question. I'm not going to touch on the ego thing. However, something really important to consider. One of the reasons why a company might be valued less is if the main reason why it's successful is thanks to one particular individual. So when a person is so closely linked with a business that the business wouldn't be able to operate without a person, that business will be less valuable because so much risk lies in what would happen with the company if that person fell ill or if that person left or anything of that sort. And so regardless of the reasons why this founder decided to, have her own name as the business brand, there is a question there about if this company will be put on sale in the future, will the valuation drop because the company doesn't hold any value without the personal brand attached to it?
Actually, it's the complete opposite, because when it was suggested to me that we go for my name, I was like, whoa, I'm not sure about that.
The slight concern I immediately have with that is that it's just you at the moment. And to build that brand out, it's only going to be surrounded by you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. A reminder, you guys, that I don't watch the episodes before I react to them. So I'm not being facetious here. So all my comments and all my reactions are genuine. And so, yeah, I'm glad that Peter picked up on the thing that I just mentioned.
I'm presuming it's cruelty-free.
Yes.
Vegan?
Yes.
Palm oil?
No palm oil.
And have you got a statement of intention in terms of ethics and sustainability?
So what Deborah is trying to understand here is, does the business align with Deborah's core values? That is a really important thing to consider whenever you are seeking investment for your own company, or if you're considering, investing some of your own money in another company. Make sure that the values are aligned there, because nobody's going to invest in a company whose principles they don't believe in, and the other way around, right? So one of Deborah's main core values is sustainability. So obviously she's asking about that sort of stuff to the founder. And that is regardless of profitability, that is regardless of scalability or any other thing. You might have a perfectly fine business, highly profitable, highly scalable, but you still might not want to invest in them because the core values that they have don't align with your own.
But in terms of the products and making claims on them, are there any regulations as to what you can say?
Good point here. So whenever you are treading the ground of medical solutions, kind of, but natural, you're treading a very gray area. You have to be very careful about the promises that you make that the product can achieve and what is actually allowed by the law. So I don't know much about the regulations and law around that, but surely the question is around what kind of promises can you make about this product, and where are the limitations in law where you can or can't guarantee a certain result?
Because I'm working with this skincare manufacturer, I'm taking guidance from them on what can and can't be done.
It would probably be a good idea for this founder to work with a lawyer that can really consult closely with her, rather than just trusting the skincare manufacturer.
The next stage is I am going to invest the first chunk of funding to go through those clinical trials and go through the testing process.
Right. So having a clinical trial means that she could make proper claims about the product rather than just describing what the product is. Clinical trials are third-party independent, studies and research that are done on a particular, service or product. And based on their results, you would have certain guarantees that you could claim on the product that you're offering.
Right. These will be dermatological tests so that we can say they've been tested on humans, and that's going to cost £30,000.
I really like that she has told them what she's using the money for. Like, she has a really specific step forward that could really elevate her business and really empower her to make even more and better claims and promises about the product.
You are all over this. I can hear it. You've got a business brain. So I'm going to make you an offer. And I'm going to offer you all of the money, but I want 20% of the business.
Double the shares she's asking for.
I'm going to make you an offer as well. And that is going to be the same offer, which is £60,000 for 20%.
I think you are so investable. So it's very unusual that I have this feeling straight away. And I'm going to offer you all of the money for 20%.
So I would be prepared to match their offer. I would also offer you all of the money for 20% of your company.
I've never seen so many dragons actually acting because they want it. So I'm going to offer you all the money for 20%. So you've now got 5 offers.
That is amazing. Absolutely amazing that all 5 dragons are on board. Now, if I were her, I would be prepared to maybe give out a larger portion of the company, but I would like 2 dragons on board. So I would carefully pick out which of the dragons would be a best fit for the company, and I would offer them to split that 20% so that she does give away double of what the initial offer was of 10%. She would give out 20%, but in exchange, she would have 2 dragons, which means that she could rely on 2 people's expertise to bring the business to the next level. Let's see what happens.
Can I ask if any dragons would be prepared to team up?
I would be willing to share, but only with one other dragon, because I wouldn't want less than 10% of this company.
Hannah, I don't want to share you.
I think there is a perfect duo here, and I would be willing to share it with Tej.
I want a slice of this. I would also share with Tej.
I really want to work with you. So if that means splitting it, with another dragon, I'm happy to do that.
I'd like to go with Tej and Peter, if that's okay.
Yes. Well,
That's not okay, just so you know.
great choice.
You know what? I think that the main reason why every dragon wanted to invest wasn't necessarily the product, it was the founder. She was so prepared and she was so knowledgeable and so sure about the steps ahead that they understood that she would be a fantastic partner to work with. She clearly demonstrated that she doesn't let her ego get in the way. She was receptive and she was just really personable and likable and capable. Like, she had really shown how she had already built so much in just a year of trading by making things in her own kitchen. And so, yeah, everybody was really impressed. And I would be willing to bet that it's not necessarily the high quality of the product that made them invest, which I'm sure it is a very high quality product, but it is her personality, her capability, and her business acumen that really compelled everybody to want to work with her. How about you? Would you want to invest in this founder's company? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, why not check this video over here, where I actually talk about a founder that is really unlikable and put off pretty much every single one of the dragons. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.